Very good morning, one and all. This is Arvind Kumar, who is going to explain you about object-oriented analysis and design. So, as you know, what is object? Object is anything. So, we are going through the object-oriented and analysis and design. So, what is this analysis? What is design? What is this object-oriented? And why we need it? Generally, if you want to have want to solve a small problem, if you want to write a code for small problem like finding average of n numbers, you don't need all this mess. You don't need object oriented programming and all, no need of these concepts at all. But when you want to write a code for very big projects, like, so if you are want to write a software system to control thousands of automatic teller machines for a bank like Bank of America. So if you want to develop such a very big software, then only you need this object oriented analysis and design. So, and one more problem if you take, suppose you are asked to write work on a team of 1,000 software developers building the next generation air traffic control system. Do you are aware of air traffic control system? For example, if you think of all the helicopters and all the aeroplanes are moving in the air, there is a need for air traffic, air, that is called air traffic. Aeroplanes and moving in the air is called air traffic. To control them, there is a system called air traffic control system. So if you want to develop software for it, it is also very complex system. So air traffic is a very complex issue, and that air traffic controller will be there. ATC, he is called ATC, air traffic controller. So air traffic control system will be there. With the help of air traffic control system, he will be managing, that is connected with all the aeroplanes that are moving in the air. So that very complex software you need to develop for air traffic control. So for to handle such projects, you need this object oriented analysis and design. So to create the best solutions, you should follow detailed analysis process and determining the project requirements. Project requirements, sketching up project requirements is very, very important. So when you take up sketching up project requirements, you go through very detailed analysis process. So that is defining the system is supposed to do what it has to do, and developing a design that satisfies uh, uh, these requirements. So that is what. So defining the system, what system supposed to do, and mm, and develop a design that satisfies them. So that is what object oriented analysis and design is about. So you should go through this process and carefully review the design, and also this design is reviewed by your other project mates, like other software professionals who are parallelly working. So this design you design, and otherwise you parallelly cross checked by other your parallel software engineers. So analyzing and designing, this is the part of object oriented analysis and design, analyzing and design. So if you take Python, it is an object oriented programming language. So and it is allows to implement object oriented design as a working system. Okay, so thank you one and all. This is a brief. Okay, and once again I will review what is object oriented analysis and design. Object oriented analysis and design is required whenever you take up major projects, very major projects, like controlling the automated teller machines of a bank. So for that, what you do, you analyze the requirements. What are the requirements? You draft a requirements sheet. Then you go for designing the solution for that requirements. Drafting a solution as a design. So the design this analysis and design, when both are using object oriented technology, this is called as object oriented analysis and design. So when this analysis as well as design, when it is following the principles of object oriented programming, this is called object oriented analysis and design. By using Python also you can implement this OOAD projects and all. So this is what briefly why we need this OOAD. OOAD is required object whenever you are handling major projects. So two major projects we have taken examples as automate air traffic control system. Air traffic control system basically uh, to control the air traffic of that air traffic. So we develop the air traffic control system. For such complex projects we need this object oriented analysis and design. For silly problems like finding the average of 10 numbers, you don't need this. So whenever you take a major projects, we are going through this object oriented analysis and design. This object oriented analysis and design follows the object oriented programming principles. That's why it is called as object oriented analysis and design. This is briefly introduction to what is object oriented analysis and design. Thank you one and all. This is Arvind Kumar. Okay, have a nice day.